Hi everyone, I hope you're all good and you're keeping well. So welcome to Leo season, the season of play, which is what I like to think of Leo. You know, it kind of reminds us, doesn't it, of connecting with our inner child and that creative part of ourselves and self-expression. And it can be a reminder of where maybe have we not been doing things that we enjoy, or taking that time out to have fun and do the things that bring us that sort of spark of inspiration and that real feeling of being alive, the fire in us. But this is going to be a reminder, and this is what this new moon is all about. It's about remembering to connect to that heart space, that place where we find joy. Now, this new moon is going to be happening on the 4th of August, and it's going to be on the 12th degree. Now, the 12th degree is a Pisces degree, which is really interesting when I was looking at this new moon, because Leo, this new moon in Leo, is has the flavour of that Piscean energy, because that's what the degree is. The 12th degree is a Piscean energy, so it always comes with the flavour of that Piscean energy. And Pisces and Leo are what we call inconjunct, or a quincunx, and that's when two signs, zodiac signs, they're 150 degrees away from each other. So that's 5 zodiac signs away. And what that means is it's a bit of a difficult aspect, because these two signs have nothing in common. Okay, so they don't aspect each other in it, like they can't see each other in the chart. And so when you are working with these two zodiac signs that are inconjunct or quincunx, it's almost like a contradiction. That's the energy it gives. They're completely different in modality, in element. So Leo is fire and fixed. Pisces is mutable and water. There's absolutely nothing in common, and they're kind of almost, if you look in the chart, it's like they can't see each other. And so if you have this in your chart and you have a quincunx or an inconjunction, then this can tell you where maybe you have contradictions in the way you're seeing. So it's like the contradiction of two truths. And so when we have this Leo new moon with a Pisces degree, it's kind of telling us, well, the sun, is in Leo represents the sun. It's about our soul's expression. It's about what we're here to embody, and our growth, our soul's evolution. And the Piscean energy is higher realms. It's whether you're seeing that as connecting with the spirit realm, angelic realm, or whether that's just the realm of the unconscious, of fantasy, of imagination. So when we think of Leo ruling the heart and Pisces, soul, it's the sign of spirituality, of higher mind, higher consciousness, right? It's bringing these two together. What is it that we're not seeing? Where do we maybe have contradictions? So if you're saying, right, I really, really love painting, but you don't have a paintbrush, like go out and get your paintbrush, right? Because that's what it's about. It's about, where are you contradicting yourself? Where are you saying, I want to do this, I'd love to do that, but you in the physical, you're actually not taking any action. There's nothing to show that that's what you like to do. So what's going on, for you? And this is what this is going to kind of bring up for you. It's trying to show you where's the contradicting truths that have been holding you back to really embrace and fulfill what it is that will make you happy and bring you joy. So let's not forget what a new moon actually is. Now, a new moon is when the sun and the moon conjunct together, and it's the beginning of a new cycle. And so this is a time that we plant seeds and we set intentions and we think about how we want to move forward. So now it's like a reassessment of what it is that we've been closing up, but also what it is that we now want to begin moving forward, but what's really going to fulfill the heart and the soul. Now, a couple of days later, after this new moon, we are having the Lionsgate portal. Now, anyone who's not familiar with the Lionsgate portal, which is significant to the 8-8. It's also called the 8-8 portal because it happens on the 8th of the 8th. And in the Egyptian calendar, ancient Egyptian, that's quite hard to say together. They mark that day as a very significant day. It's like it's the beginning of the new year for them. Well, back then, the ancient Egyptian calendar, right? And because it was very, very powerful. Now, what is the Lionsgate portal? Now, the Lionsgate portal is when the star Sirius aligns with the sun. Now, it's not conjunct with the sun because Sirius actually is a fixed star in Cancer, and I think it's around 14 degree of Cancer. But what happens in August is Sirius becomes visible. So it becomes visible from the eastern horizon as it rises. And so it shines. It becomes visible in the sky. So when Sirius and the sun align and Sirius is now visible, it's known to open up the energy between the physical and the spiritual plane. And so this is a high vibrational energy that's supposed to be transmuted down, where we can now take advantage of the manifestation power that it holds. So now the number 8 is a very powerful number in itself. And the number 8 symbolizes infinity and magic. And which is, just really with this new moon, and the new moon, and it's in Leo, the 8th sign, and it's on the Pisces degree of magic, imagination, spirituality. It kind of gives it this even more potent power. And so this is a time where you can use this energy to almost quantum leap in your manifestations. So not only is this energy ripe for manifestation and very powerful for it, but it's also the energy of transformation and spiritual awakening and personal growth. So this is really a time we can quantum leap and really push forward what it is that we want to manifest and what we want, how we want to move forward as well. So definitely make the most of this window, which has started now. We tend to feel these energies a week or two beforehand. So, start now. Start with, even if it's, whether it's journaling or whether it's meditating, whatever you do, just find a way to sort of tap into the energy of what you want, become what it is you want. If you want to visualize yourself painting, for instance, or you want to paint, visualize yourself doing it. Set the intentions of what, write down what it is that you need in order to be able to do that. So whatever it is in your life that you want to move forward with, start making those plans of, okay, what do I need to do? Let's start to write down how I can take these steps. What is it that I need to let go of? What is it that's holding me back? Where are these contradictions that's going on in me that's actually stopping me from doing the things that I want to be doing? What is it that's holding me back? So let's also not forget that we have the North Node in Aries right now. Aries is about self-discovery, independence. It's what motivates us. It's our drive. It's really stepping into our autonomy and who we are and taking action and accountability for that. So the North Node here, in Aries is helping us drive this forward as well. Now, along with that, we also have just had a very powerful full moon in Capricorn. And this full moon that we just had in Capricorn was at an energetic degree, the 29 degree, which is a degree of crisis. It's a degree of sort of all or nothing, because it's the end degree. So it's quite a tough degree, because it's a degree of wrapping everything up. Now, how that plays into all of this as well is, yes, there needs to have been a wrapping up in order to start these new beginnings, which are coming our way. However, Pluto will be retrograding back on the 29 degree of Capricorn. This is going back to a 16-year cycle when Pluto first entered Capricorn, which was in 2008. So think back to 2008 till now. What has been wrapping up, changing? What growth have you had? What's been happening for you in these 16 years? Because when Pluto goes back to that 29 degree, it's going to be that culmination of everything that's been happening, wrapping up this whole 16-year cycle. Okay, how do we want to now do things differently? What did Pluto do for us in that Capricorn house? So where's your Capricorn house? What house is it for you? What has changed? You know, if it was in your 4th house, you know, how has the home front changed? How has family changed? The way, you know, your family home, or the way you show up with family, the people you even call family, you know, how has that changed? Has there been a lot of moving? Has there been a lot of transformation? Have you finally found what it is that, you know, you realize you call home, what feels like home? So this is what Pluto's been doing for us in whatever house it is in for you. Okay, so we've just had that full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees, and now Pluto's going to go back to 29 degrees Capricorn, wrapping up whatever it is and what's been going on for you with that full moon as well. So this is where it gets interesting, because now we have the new moon in Leo, and we have all these endings going on, relating a lot to, you know, our Capricorn house. Okay, and if you count from the Capricorn house, so to Leo, okay, so from Capricorn to Leo, that is 8 houses away. Leo is the 8th house from your Capricorn house. So when we look at that, we are talking about transformation, rebirth, you know, death, rebirth. This is what's happening in our Leo house. And when I was connecting the 8s and the way everything's wrapping up, which I also just remembered I forgot to say, that the other reason why this Lionsgate is so important and so powerful this year, is because 2024 is an 8 year. So in numerology, this is the year of 8, which means 8 in numerology represents power, wealth, success, abundance. It's the number of manifestation. And so this is a year already for manifestation, to stepping into our power, for success. And so when it's the 8-8 portal, we are having an 8-8-8. You know, it's the 8th day, the 8th month, the 8th year. So you can see how powerful, very powerful this is. So we have this 8-8 portal. We have, this whole Leo Pisces influence. We have the Capricorn wrapping up, Pluto going back. It's already going in retrograde, so it's heading back there now. So we're already feeling it. What is it that we're wrapping up? What are we tying up? That full moon would have shown you. Okay, this is what we're working towards now. Now that 8, so from the Capricorn house to the Leo house is 8 away. Again, about transformation, death and rebirth. So wherever your Leo house is, this is where the beginnings are starting. Okay, this is where we need to make the change in order to wrap up whatever's been happening in that Capricorn house. I'll give you an example. So let's say your Pisces rising and your Capricorn house is the 11th house, the house of your future goals, your wishes, your dreams, your friend groups. It's a money house as well. Since 2008, if you're Pisces rising, you may resonate with this, that maybe what you thought you wanted your life to be at that time has turned out to be completely different. You've gone on a complete different trajectory. Probably you're in a place right now that you never even dreamt or fathomed you could be in. And that's what Pluto done. It said, hey, you think that you want to live here your whole life and you want to continue doing this job and you want to do this and this, but I'm going to show you what your dreams are really about, what they really are. I'm going to reveal them to you, even if you don't realize them yet. And so by the end of this cycle now, you have been had this big reveal of actually, now I realized I was playing small. That's not really what I wanted. I thought it's what I wanted, but until I saw something different, until I had these, moments of death and rebirth in my friendship group, or in the ideas of what I thought was, my dreams and what I wanted for myself. But now Leo for Pisces rising is the 6th house, the house of everyday routines and your duties and people you work with, your sort of everyday working life, your schedule, your daily schedule, and your health and your habits and all things like this. So now it's about, okay, now there needs to be a change. I can see how where my life has changed in the respect of the 11th house of my goals, my dreams and the work, things that I want to do, the people I surround myself with. Don't forget 11th house is your tribe as well, the people you're around. And now I can see how my day-to-day life is so different, and I want to continue on this. I want to build on this. And what do I need to do now to put in place? How do I need to change these routines? How do I need to, what do I need to implement? What do I need to let go of? What bad habits do I have? How do I really make these dreams a reality? Don't forget the 12th degree dreams, okay? It's what we really truly, what our soul yearns for and wants, that we may think is just fantasy. We may think it's just, daydreams and things that won't ever really happen or manifest. But Leo's here to say, but they can. They really can. All right. And this is the year to ground it. So we're bringing all this in. And so that's just an example. So you can do this, have a play with your chart, have a look. Okay, so where's my Capricorn house? Where's the Leo house? There's going to be a transformation in this Leo house as this starts wrapping up. Pluto moving back onto that 29 degree and then eventually coming away at the end of the year, where it will now ingress into Aquarius and stay there for 20 years. And there will now be a new house that we are breaking down to build back up, right? So, we have all that going on, and we're thinking about our intentions and what we're wrapping up and how all these transformations are happening. And this month, we do have quite a lot of hard aspects. We have some squares going on. We have a Venus-Uranus square just before the new moon, and we have a Mars and Jupiter and Saturn square. So there's quite a few hard aspects. But the thing is squares and these hard aspects, especially squares, they are points of manifestation. That's what squares do. It's an energy of crisis, of tension. It forces us to make change. So that's where the manifestation comes in. It's like a diamond. It's formed through pressure, and so we need these squares. We need this to push us through. So don't be afraid of these squares coming up. If obstacles come up this month, see it as, okay, great. Okay, what do you want to show me? Where do I need to change? Help me push, use the energy to push through, to do what it is that you need to do to create these manifestations, because these are manifestation points. We can't move forward without them. If everything was easy all the time, we wouldn't probably do anything, right? So yeah, we do have a few difficult aspects coming up, but just roll with them if you can. And we have a Mercury retrograde as well. You know, we're already in the shadow. You're probably already feeling it. And this is going to play out into sort of mid-September. So Mercury retrograde, you know, is again going back, revisiting, revising, reassessing. So this is going to help us as well to just be able to be like, okay, you know, let's just sit back. Let's just, you know, take note. Let's think about what's been working, what hasn't been working, where do I want to go, where do I not want to go, and just slow down a bit. And the Mercury retrogrades in Virgo as well. We'll be going back into Leo, but while it's in Virgo, Virgo is a very analytical sign as well. So it is going to help us, you know, try not to overthink and stress yourself out, but you know, it will give us what we need to really get to the detail of things or things that we've overlooked, and they will be there for us to see if we want to see them. So, you know, all of this is playing out as a way for us to be able to move forward in a way where we're not kind of missing anything, we're not forgetting anything, and we're doing our best to push forward. Okay, now don't forget, like I said at the beginning, we are in Leo season, so we have to remember to play as well. Don't forget that. And you know, it's like, have you ever seen, you know, a child or children playing a game, and they're playing a board game or something, and you're looking at them and you're thinking, that's, you know, that's not how you play it. You're playing it all wrong. And they're like, well, you know, this way's so much more fun. We've created our own game. And you're like, well, okay, great. You know, if that's going to keep you quiet for another hour, you keep doing it. Right? So it's about that creativity of, it's not about the cards we've been dealt, but it's more about how we play them. Okay? What do we want to do with the cards that we've been dealt? What do we want to do with what we have in front of us? How do we want to play it? How can we find joy in it? How can we use it to the best of our ability and make the most of what we have? So don't forget that this month. I hope this has helped. Please do make the most of this energy. It's potent, powerful energy. And I wish you all the very best. Lots of fun, lots of joy, and sending you all so much love.